Hey guys, it's Chris Brown here, and I thought I'd shoot something a little bit different today. I was about to write a blog post, but I thought I'd create something that could be taken as an audio, video, whatever. You can watch it, break it down, but really, I don't know if you got the survey the other day, but I surveyed every one of my subscribers to the blog, and I was quite shocked by the responses that I got, both in the revenue that people generate, but also kind of the things that hold people back. And this one in particular caught my mind, and I really want to kind of break down for this guy. I don't know who it is because it's anonymous. Exactly what it takes to create, sustain, and grow a business, coming from a health club right the way through to kind of owning your own business, multiple locations, whatever you want to do. All right. And my story is pretty similar to the guy who filled in the survey, in that I was working in a health club as a fitness as a PT. I was doing I was working in a health club as a PT, doing fairly well. I was still self-employed, but I was not really developing myself. I didn't have any kind of presence or credibility or any kind of positioning within the marketplace, and it came to a point where I was basically come to a disagreement with the management, and I was forced to leave the health club. So I had no other alternative other than to kind of build something and create something and kind of hustle me way through and failing forward, really. Okay, so I really want to break it down for you exactly how I would do this, as though it was like I don't know, give you some kind of insight into my thought process and everything, okay? And give you a real idea what it actually takes to create a business that you're proud of and that you can sustain and grow. So this guy here filled in this part here, and like I said, I don't have a clue who it is. And there's a few questions here. You'll see, do you have a website? No. Does it make money for you? No. Are you happy with it? No. There's no website to review. Goal number 1 is leave the health club. Goal number 2 is fill 3 slots 3 times a week with an outdoor boot camp. Goal number 3 is own my own facility. Okay, and then what's the biggest obstacle? Debts are stopping me leaving the health club. Okay, so like obviously this person's pretty frustrated, but also they have pretty much what I had as well when I was in the health club. That's why it resonated with me a lot, and this is why I want to create this video. But I used to say things to another PT that I used to train with all the time, like one day I'll leave the health club and I'll have this business and stuff. And looking back right now, it seems like crazy that I was ever in that mindset. But it was only when I was forced to actually leave that I was forced into some kind of action, right? Because I was sitting right in my comfort zone. I wasn't really learning much. I wasn't really developing much. And I had no base. I had no platform, which is what I'm going to start talking about. Right? This guy doesn't have a website. It doesn't make money for him, and obviously he's not happy with it because it's non-existent. The thing is, let's think how most people think. So he's in the health club. He has debt stopping him from leaving the health club. He wants to fill 3 slots 3 times a week with an outdoor boot camp. And what his first goal is to leave the health club and own his own facility. Okay. The thing is, this is what most people do. Most people will jump ship, then they'll set something up, so they have to hustle from the bottom up. And this is exactly how I did it. I left with no revenue, no clients, and within 21 days, I pretty much had to hustle because I had no rent to pay. Okay, I gave my last money to a guy called Paul Mort, who became a mentor of mine and a very, very good friend of mine now. And if I didn't make this work, I would have no rent, no money to pay for my car, no fuel, no food, nothing. And I lived in a town 3 hours away. So I moved to Liverpool, which was 3 hours away from home. So it was a very realistic point in time where it was a possibility that I was going to go back into Newcastle, where I had nothing at all. I had no reputation. Okay, at least I had some kind of reputation here, albeit within just one health club. So the first place I'd start for this guy, like, it's a process of this, right? Think about it this way. If you can't leave right now, you should be planning to leave in the future, all right? You need to set a date, you need to put in a plan in place, and you also need to create some kind of position within the marketplace. Most people think that because they're in a job that they're in now and they're stuck, they can't start planning to do stuff. And it's only when they fall tits up, let's say, that actually they start to think about, shit, I need to actually do something here. like people who are made redundant in jobs. They stay in the job all life. They never reskill. They never train themselves. They never plan. They never have a follow-up plan, like a fallback plan, like Napoleon said. So they end up kind of in a place where, right, you lose your job, now I'm stuck, and then they end up doing something they hate instead of, say, being in a job for 10 years and actually learning something, developing yourself, creating some kind of presence in some other area, so that if you ever come to the point where you have to leave, then you have something to fall back on. So the major thing that stood out for me here is the fact that he wants to leave the health club, fill 3 boot camps, and own his own facility. The thing is, he has no positioning, he has no credibility, he has no authority within the marketplace. All right. So here's what I'd start by doing. First of all, number one, I'd learn how to build a website. Obviously, if you haven't got the money to build a website, you've got time where you can invest into learning how to build it yourself. Okay. I'd then start to create an authority platform, or like a blog, right? Basically, where you start to put videos on, content on, articles, and then I'd start sharing it through social media, driving people back to the site and building the list that way, right? Most people never ever do this, and I don't know why I never done it myself. I was working in a health club, and I'd take for granted that I'd get clients just only by in the health club. I never actually created any authority or any dominance within the health club. If I was to go back to a health club now, I would clean up totally because of the marketing that I've learned. But without a platform, you can't actually kind of leverage people into taking services. It's very much like you said, earlier in this survey said that all of his clients were coming through referrals, which is great. That shows that he's doing a good job. But also imagine he was bringing in new leads every day, and he had a list to connect to, right? All it takes is a list of 200 to 300 people that you connect with all of the time, and you deliver really high quality content that's targeted locally within your area, that when you come to leave the health club, it's a matter of fact of saying, look, I'm launching this fitness camp right now. It opens on this date. There's this amount of slots. This email is going out to 300 people. I'd love you to come and try what we do for free. And then you convert them onto a fitness camp. Now, that's a far easier position than actually now trying to just jump ship and then start all of that. Building up that platform over the next year, 18 months, 2 years even, if that's what it takes to build the confidence to be able to do this, although I think it could be done with a very short space of time. Sometimes if it takes the confidence of 6 months, 18 months, whatever, then that's what it takes. But on the grand scheme of things, like 18 months to dedicate your life to creating something that's going to benefit you for the rest of your life isn't a long time at all. All right? And like, this is the big thing, right? The biggest obstacle is the debts stopping him from leaving the health club, which I don't understand, right? Because there's in the revenue, you put £10,000 to £15,000 a year. He's in that revenue bracket, which by all means is the industry norm and the industry standard. But there's far more money to be made out there, and by helping people change their lives as well, by the way. And what I want to really talk about is the fact that this obstacle is only a self-limiting belief. He believes that his debts are stopping him from moving forward in his life, which he's adopted as part of his self-image, which he's took as him. It's almost like saying, I'll never be a rocket scientist because I'm not very good at physics. Well, you know what? The people who are physics geniuses, they never were good at physics naturally. They learned, they studied, they mastered it, they practiced, and like, they just learned how to be good at physics. That's all it is. It's like the person who ties a shoelace now didn't start life knowing how to tie a shoelace. They went through a very frustrating process of failing thousands upon thousands of times until one day, boom, they tie the shoelace. Anybody got kids watching this or listening to this? They would have seen the kids struggling time after time after time to tie a shoelace. And then, like, all of a sudden, one day, they just tie it. And then all they do is repeat the success over and over again. They rinse that success. And when you get to this point in your life when you can start forgetting about the failures and start moving towards the success and do the right things regularly, then how can you not be successful? Like, most people don't read. Most people don't study. Most people don't know what it takes to get to the top, to understand and develop and grow. Like I study every single day. I read so many books, and myself and Morty were just talking earlier. I don't think people realize how much, like the likes of him and myself have studied. We've traveled the world. We flew to last year LA, New York, masterminds in Spain numerous amounts of times. Traveled all over the country to study, and we've not just studied training and nutrition. Like we've got a very, very good knowledge in training and nutrition, but we've studied business, marketing, positioning, how to like separate yourself from everybody else, and all these different things like amount to everything, and it takes a lot. And I'm like, creating a business in the fitness industry isn't easy, especially an independent one, when you're competing against a whole host of various different things and a whole host of trainers who their only marketing tactic is to be cheaper than everybody else. But what I'm saying is, if you learn and grow and develop every single day and do the right things every single day, support your members, help them grow, go beyond the port of call for any fitness trainer, then how can you not succeed? How can you not? All right? To make £10,000 to £15,000 a year, let me just go on the calendar here. So say 15,000 divided by 12 equals 1250. Say you had, let's see how many clients you need paying £69 a month. 18 people paying £69 a month on a fitness camp, doing 3 hours a week, and supporting and helping them, will generate the same revenue, right? So when you break it down into the numbers, then it seems really realistic. Like all you've got to do is hustle 18 people. And in fact, if you're actually PTing people in the health club, you probably have 18 people who would come into a fitness camp anyway, once you show them how it looks and how it feels to train in a group and get results as well. And this is where most people go wrong with that type of thing. They kind of see it as a class, or like a fitness class. Like, you know what? If you just deliver exercise and nutrition, then you're going to lose your hat. And especially this year, 2013 is a big year for fitness, I think. And more people are becoming more aware of boot camps. More people are becoming more aware of fitness camps. Health clubs are losing out, so they're starting their own kind of boot camps up and stuff. So it's a shark world out there right now. The thing is, if you kind of allow yourself to be drawn into this and you don't do anything else, and you compete directly with the same product, the same service as everybody else is doing, but at a similar or cheaper price, then you're not going to succeed. You're not going to go beyond the protocol, because if you're delivering what other people can get elsewhere, then there's always going to be somebody who's going to undercut you, no matter how much you undercut somebody else. So you're far better creating something far different, stepping away from the crowd and competing in an uncontested market. Okay, great book for that, which is, I know Paul talks about a little bit as well, is the blue ocean strategy. How to create like a blue ocean instead of a red ocean. And Paul's talked about that in webinars. We've talked about it on webinars in the past together. And the thing is, people know this, or they listen to it, but they don't actually do it. They simply copy other people. They simply do the same thing. It's like, it doesn't, I don't get it, right? The single most thing that differentiates me from anybody else is that I know what I deliver. Nobody else in the, you know what, I'm going as far to say nobody else countrywide will deliver what I deliver, because we support, we mentor, we coach, we give them leadership skills, self-leadership skills. I help them understand mindset, like so many different things. I help them pursue the careers, change careers, go into business opportunities, become self-employed. I mentor them in the businesses when they're self-employed and help support them that way. And like, I go far beyond the protocol of what it takes to be fitness and like to be in shape. And to be honest, the money that these members pay, I appreciate a hell of a lot. And they invest £69 a month for the minimum program. And we've got different tiers ranging up to £400 a month. But these guys that invest, like, we give them 10 times at least the information that they pay for, because we want to support, we want to help. And it's not just about the BS nutrition and training and do this fat burning exercise. Here's a nutrition article. Start writing about helping people become happier, how to understand fitness, how to understand nutrition, and like let them know that to be successful in this game of dieting and weight loss, whatever, they have to learn, they have to practice the principles of what we do. Okay, we like I said, tying the shoelace example. telling them that you don't just all of a sudden become good at fitness. You don't all of a sudden become good at nutrition. Like, yeah, there's a meal plan you can follow, but if I'm to take that meal plan away, can you actually make a decision on your own? Can you actually go away for 2 weeks on holiday and make decisions that you know are going to benefit you? And sure, you're going to integrate some kind of cheap meals in and stuff like that, but can you, on the whole, still stay 60-70% on track because you want to? Because you have a deep why behind everything. You don't want to just fall completely off the wagon for 2 weeks, pile on a stone and a half like most people, and then come back and try and chip away at it again by following the next fad diet. Can you support and help your members like that? Because this is what it takes, guys, to be successful. But what I see a lot of is very few trainers putting any content out that can support and help their clients, right? Very few trainers actually doing anything that's going to benefit them other than giving them training and exercise. Training, exercise, and nutrition, whatever, right? And giving them articles that's just like, here, this is the benefit of broccoli, this is the benefit of this is the benefit of this. People don't really want to know that stuff. That's what they're paying you for, okay? So I think what a lot of trainers do, and I've done this for a long time myself, is that they think they're writing to other trainers. They think that by writing articles and other as such, that they'll get some kind of bump off of the trainers saying, yeah, that's a great article. But the matter of fact is, there's still people who your message is going out to that they don't understand, or they feel you don't understand them, because you're putting out information that is far beyond their needs. Okay, they don't need to know the ins and outs of nutrition and training and exercise. Sure, that comes with time. But in the initial stages, when they're quite intimidated by dieting, they're struggling with their body weight, all they need to know is the first step they need to take with action. They just need to know you care, need to know that you can support them and help them nurture and grow. It's like, I like to think of our fitness camp as like a whole bunch of compost, fertilized, and then we put the seeds in, which is our members, and the seeds grow and they develop, and over time, hopefully they become a big tree. And they learn how to become a big plant and flower and things like that over time. But initially, they start off as a seed. They have to understand, they have to be nurtured, they have to be supported, they have to be cared for. Yeah, you have to water them every day. It's a very, very simple kind of mindset to get yourself around, but when you change this, it changes the whole angle of your business. You don't deliver nutrition and exercise. You do in terms of face-to-face, but it's more than that. It's not about how many reps you can do. It's not about whatever else. It's about creating an experience for these people, creating something that they're proud to be part of, making them belong to something. Yeah, not being another faceless exercise class where the people are passing over 5 pounds every single session, because that, you know what, that's bullshit. Because what you're going to do, beast them, then they go home, come back, give you 5 pounds. You cannot change people's lives like that. Yeah, it becomes more about the transaction over money than actually caring. In fact, I outsourced all things to do with payments away from me, because I don't want to be seen to be the person who is the debt collector, but also the guy who wants to help and support them, right? Money is important, and I love money in my business, but it's not the thing that I'm going to be chasing people up over, because I don't want to sever the relationship that I've got with them, because money, and people have crazy things about money. People have crazy mindsets over money. So outsourcing that to other people is incredibly important. That allows you to nurture, grow, and care for. But if you're taking £5 off somebody all the time, all they see is them giving you a whole bunch of £5 notes and just getting exercise in return, and nothing beyond that. And to be honest, you can't give them anything more than exercise. You're not going to give them a nutrition plan because you're not being paid for it. You can't create a culture and a community because people aren't guaranteed that they're going to turn up. You can't create a loyal fitness business of raving fans, because people are just going to come and go, and then they might try another class, they'll go to a spin class, and you can't get across your philosophies and your beliefs and everything else about like what you do, and educate them, mentor, coach them, etc. Alright? That's not how it works, and you can't do that. Alright? So going back here, like the first point of call, I would put first port of call for this guy who filled this survey in, and hopefully he's watching this video or listening, is get some kind of web presence. Websites are free these days. Set up a WordPress site, and sure, it's not going to be perfect, but you can set up a WordPress site, find a theme on the internet for free that you want, Put that theme on there. You can probably outsource that to Fiverr, which is fiverr.com, 2 R's, and that's $5. Somebody will do that for you. You buy the domain on GoDaddy.com, and they'll install WordPress. Then they'll put the theme on if you want as well. Then all you got to do is start blogging and building a community about what you want and your philosophies, your beliefs, and tell your story, and like actually tell people you're on a mission. Like, my mission is to be the best part of our members' day each and every day and create long-lasting change in their lives, but not only their lives, the lives of the people that they come into contact with. Because if I can do that, then I'm going to create a ripple in the ocean. Yeah, and that ripple might carry worldwide. It might carry. I might only change 1,000 people's lives in my time of working with them, but yeah, that's 1,000 people that endure a better life. That's, say, people live another 50 years after I work with them. That's 50,000 years worth of improved life that I've helped contribute to. And you guys have to have the same kind of mission. You've got to step beyond the fact that you just want to deliver exercise and nutrition, or the fact that you're a PT. Don't have such a narrow mind in saying I'm just a personal trainer. You're a coach. You help people, you nurture people, and you lead them. You're a leader, a true leader, and true leaders lead from the front. They do by their actions as opposed to just their words. And sure, you can be the generic PT who drinks protein shakes and works out and stares at themselves in the mirror looking in a health club, but are you really going to help people by doing that? And it limits your possibilities as well. If you just become a PT, then you're not going to open up to the fact that you can help people in terms of sitting down in a one-to-one environment and coaching them in terms of finding out what they actually want to achieve and why. Like digging a little bit deeper. There's more to life than just training people. And I'm sorry, but if you're in a health club, if you're running pay-as-you-go classes, sure, you might care about these people and you might want to help them, but you're never really going to create the community of raving fans that you want. Okay? And it all starts with a platform, so you need a platform. If you're a speaker on a stage, there is no stage, there is no platform to speak from. Okay? You need to create that. If you're a TV presenter, if you have no channel that represents you, then you've got no platform. Okay? If you're like, say, a radio show host and there's no radios that are willing to employ you, you've got no platform to share your stuff. And now, like more than ever, you've got various different channels and marketing platforms that you can actually use to deliver your message. So you can use YouTube, you can use Twitter, Pinterest, or whatever, LinkedIn, Facebook, your blog. Did I say YouTube? Yeah. Podcast. You've got so much media to be given out to the world, and you can set up your own press releases online now. Just like so much opportunity to make, £15,000, which is 18 clients. I mean, change their lives. That'll double within a few months anyway, and you'll be earning twice what you were earning before. And this is the thing. People don't realize the opportunity that they've got. And yes, I understand the fear because you're stepping away from guaranteed income and security, but there is no such thing as security. What's more secure than actually investing into your knowledge and into your own knowledge, into the fact that you know how to develop and grow a business and how you know how to help people. Like, I could go to any city in the world and I could set up a business and I could help people. I could set up anything because I know how to create a platform, I know how to interact, I know how to communicate, and I know how to build a tribe of followers and raving fans. That knowledge is security, not the job that you have. There is no security in the external. There's only security in the internal. And even then, if you're striving for security, you're striving for mediocrity. Yeah, because you're not pushing yourself and getting out of your comfort zone and stepping away from your comfort zone. Okay? And you don't get out of life what you want. You get out of life who you are. So the actions that you take. Let me break that down again. The difference between somebody who has a fitness bootcamp and has a fitness business and the person who works in a health club is the person that has the fitness business and the bootcamp does what the person in the health club doesn't. Okay? He owns his own fitness business. He creates it. He builds. He communicates, and he does all the things that he should be doing. The person who's stuck in the health club, who wants to be out of the health club, doesn't do the things that the person outside of the health club does. So don't you think it'd be a good idea to start doing the things that the person outside of the health club does and then eventually transition yourself into that? Okay? And the number one the number one thing you need to do is see yourself as something you are not before you see yourself as the something you want to be. Okay? So see yourself as something you are not before you become the thing you want to be. Okay? That makes sense? I hope it does. Because you have to visualize, you have to have this vision, and you have to see yourself as this entrepreneur, mediapreneur, whatever you want to call it, who produces high quality content to help and support and care for people. When I worked in a health club, all I was thinking about was getting clients. I'd take on any client just if they were willing to pay money. But now, like, I'm not willing to sacrifice my community for anybody. If somebody was to come in and affect the community, I'd ask them to leave, because we've got such a good fitness business family. And for example, like, I didn't ask for any referrals over Christmas. All I did was give really good content. I turned up on the Monday of fitness camp not knowing how many people were going to turn up, because I didn't try and sell anything. I was just marketing through communication, and I had 15 new members come, turn up, sign up. £69 a month, which is not a small amount of change. And if you can do that every single month without being pushy and with a genuine heart and somebody who genuinely cares, then your fitness business will grow and flourish. Okay, and that's what it takes to sustain. It's all right creating the idea. Most people, how many times have you bought a domain, or you've had a business idea that you're really excited about, then 2 weeks later it's just another side project that is passed away. Like, most people can think of the idea, they can kind of grow it, but can they sustain it? Can they actually genuinely sustain it and grow on the sustenance? So can you not only sustain but grow every month? In December, I didn't lose one single member. We kept every single member that we had in December, whilst other people were telling me that with their boot camps half their numbers because people didn't have money. That's not the case. People have got money at Christmas. They're spending a fortune. The fact of the matter is, you're not making it valuable enough for them. You're not creating enough valuable, like, information and community spirit that people want, like, they want to leave for a month. That should never happen, okay? They should be saying, okay, you know what, I'm going to maybe tell somebody that I'll go without a Christmas present if they pay my December bootcamp this month because I'm buying presents for everybody else. If that's the case, then they will do that. I've had clients cancel Sky bills, phone bill, reduce the phone bill tariff, get rid of unnecessary stuff, stop going out for evening meals, like, when they've had times of hardship. But you know what, they stay and they come through, and with the positivity and the coaching and the help that I support them with, they grow and they get back to where they are. But you need to create this community. If you want to be successful moving forward, you have to. You have to support people, and you have to want to help people. You have to want to be in this industry to help people and support people. You have to step away from the norm. You have to get outside of your box, outside of the PT box that you put yourself in, and start opening up yourself to new opportunities and new advantages and different things. Like, the guys who I see working in health clubs now, like, you guys have to start planning to build something yourself. You have to. Otherwise, one day the plug can be pulled quite easily. Health clubs go out of business like this. Okay? And do you think they'll care about you when they go out of business? Well, they shit. So start creating your platform first, now, and start planning every single day. Like, make it a mission to get out of there so you can help more people. Okay? Create something that you're proud of. Create something that you're happy with. Create something that you can look back in 20 years' time. And the members, more importantly, can look back in 20 years' time and say, you know what, I was really proud to be part of that. I'm really excited about it. And we get a lot, like, my inner circle is crazy. Like, so many people interacting, and I mean, I should have put a bunch of the stuff that they say, but there's just so much. It's like just banter, it's music, it's food that they've ate, it's new recipes that they've created, it's friendships, it's you know what, it's beautiful to watch. It's amazing to think that you can create that, and everybody can do it. You can do it, the next person can do it. There's nothing special about me. I've just learned the stuff to do it. And that's it, guys. That's pretty much my post. A bit of a ramble, whatever, but you know what, this is what it actually takes to create, sustain and grow business. You need to put the work in. Sweat equity. Okay? What gives you the right to help these people? You need sweat equity. You need to be getting up an hour earlier than everybody else, learning stuff. Like, being a leader, you have to learn all the time. You have to stay ahead of your members. You have to be reading every day, studying every day, listening to podcasts, listening to audiobooks, whatever it takes to make you better, you have to do every single day. If you're not a very good writer, write every single day. That's a great way when you start building your platform to start writing when your writing isn't refined, so that when you start getting people building into your community, your writing's more refined, okay? So no matter where you are now, doesn't mean you're going to end up there. You can start planning now for the future. So guys, that's it. I'm going to wrap it up here. Watch the video, leave your comments. I'd be love to hear your comments. And if I can ever help you, please reach out and I will always be here for you. Thank you. Bye-bye.